Recently, I performed the action of invigilator in Papna, and I have also noticed this particular question. The question is which was set by cluster system. According to my own opinion, the students who had previous preparation and maybe from class 9, 8, etc., or especially at least from first year, it would be easy on the part of them to write everything repeating manner. On the contrary, the students who didn't have such kind of opportunity, it is sure that they will face problem in the time of writing at the examination hall. I mean admission battle. It is sure that especially I would like to share with you who is beside me. That is called taking is a very shortcut is preparation for admission battle. It is not at all easy matter on the part of a learner to get opportunity to read in cluster system examination, and Islamic University especially is one of the university of this country which is under 22 varsities throughout the whole country cluster system. Whatever is might be, I should share with you one thing that this is why you ought to take preparation for your especially admission battle result. All classes of student is arts, commerce, science. If you study properly, you will get especially common question in the examination, and you would be able to come out successfully getting targeted result very often. But ultimately, when you face especially interview, different educational institution of this country, maybe cluster system, Varsity of Dhaka, Chittagong, Rajshahi, other places. Of course, I should share with you something that is called a cluster system is examination. You ought to know, need to know many things to write. As an invigilator of that particular hall, I noticed a question, the remaining question which was not given to the candidate because 2 or 3 candidates are absent on that time. So I noticed one question, taking a question from the packet. So from here, especially what I learned, that our learners should especially practice deeply, otherwise it is not possible on the part of them to reply everything repeating manner. And not only I am speaking about this English subject, but also other subject is Bengali you are getting, as the question especially was set is from Lal Shalu, Nawab Sirajuddaulah, other justice especially Bengali book, English book, etc. this and that. Therefore, throughout the whole country, the person who are supposed to appear at the examination next year, I mean justice special admission battle, cluster system, or universities that is called as admission seeker of justice especially medical science, other sector and section, BUET, RUET, DUET, CHUET, QUET, etc. Whatever you would like to perform, of course you ought to especially acquire previous quality. Of course, in Dhaka, the students who are reading in primary section and even at Pabna, we cannot deny, the students who are reading in kindergarten schools at Pabna, their general knowledge are taught. But this particular thing obviously is good action, and other especially that is called non-government institution totally that is called is dependent on the economy of public is the fund. Here also general knowledge are taught. They also take a necessary step is the examination system, other system respectively, in which and that they get is especially training, coaching, teaching, etc. Whatever is the might be, but it is sure that is the person who are cadet student is they take preparation, especially that is like a varsity student. A varsity student is especially as he is should take preparation for his varsity admission battle. Similarly, a cadet student is especially should take is the same preparation or more preparation. You can ask why? Because throughout the whole country, our female students who are reading in that is called is especially female cadet college. Of course, they are taking such kind of PC preparation properly and perfectly. There are many parents in the society, I should share with you, who have one or two daughters, but they are interested to especially teach their daughters into justices, into you are getting cadet college or other residential institution, because both of them are busy person. Both of them is stay in different district. Suppose especially husband is an engineer, stays at Shirazganj, wife is a doctor, stays at Bogura. So both of them are service holder busy person. For this reason, they prefer to especially keep their sons and daughter to best institution of this country. Maybe especially that is called government or non-government or something like that, where they can get proper education. And education institution, of course, I should share with you, are taking special care for those students. But the persons who are interested to become a student of especially cadet section throughout the whole country, I would like to share with you one thing. You need to take serious preparation more than a varsity student, more than a student of BUET, RUET, CHUET, KUET, DUET, etc., more than a student of especially different medical colleges of this country, more than the students especially other institution of this country, and in order to study in cadet colleges. I especially personally like is cadet education, because cadet colleges our especially that is called our students who are getting safety. Number one. Number two, they can lead disciplined life. Number three, they are highly ambitious. Number four, they cannot especially mingle themselves with any cheap emotion. All of them is their ambitious person. For this reason, the cadet students especially, as I read later, especially the writing of former cadet student of a female person, whose writing gave me pleasure, satisfaction, as he mentioned everything that she got such kind of opportunity to study. Coming to his village home, she did not get opportunity especially to mingle with different kinds of especially relative kith and kin. So they especially can easily pass their emotional life at especially from class 7 to SSC. After the completion of SSC, I should share, they become mature. On that time, they especially normally and generally do not wish to perform any work and action emotionally, and there is no possibility on the part of them to go to perverted life, because these students, both male and female students, are very ambitious. For this reason, our ambitious students, of course, they are not interested to involve themselves into any immoral action or task in perverted life, free mixing with each other, one another, to especially enjoy too much freedom, to cross the limitation, and to especially perform whatever they like most. And for this reason, our guardians are interested to teach this student into such kind of institution. The person who are listening my voice, including a person who is sitting beside me, from here it is easy on the part of you to understand this matter, that admission battle is very easiest one for those students who can understand it especially properly, whose quality and capacity as well as training, coaching, teaching is quite satisfactory. And I would like to just set an example. Suppose especially that is called teenage of 18 years old, she is interested to purchase this ornament. Her father gave her 5 lakh taka, and after sunset she went to market jewelry shop with her mother. After this and that is especially searching 2 or 3 or 4 shops, she selected is especially a rare item. Since she selected is a rare item, of course, suppose she is a student of inter first year or honors first year, she selected is a very good thing is for him. But if she does not get very good thing, especially washing catalog, she can easily order to make it is especially that very good way, perfect is way, good, better, best. But when such kind of order is given to any ornament, so and they try their best to, especially that school, work here 100% to make it attractive is one. I mean, the ornament of that particular teenage, and especially because by the help of this teenage, they may get other customers. For this is the reason they take special care. Similarly, justice, especially if your ornament is being made, is taking special care, dear students, can't you take necessary step to decorate your life properly? If you do not decorate your life, you cannot especially be successful. Number one, your mother especially prepares food for you. She has brought the plate as well as other items before you. But if you do not take the food, is it ever possible on the part of your mother to just especially enforce you to eat? Number one, sometimes especially she may give you pressure. But when your mother will notice that her son or daughter is not ready at all to take his food in time, properly, perfectly, obeying the rules and regulation, mother may be reluctant. So whatever might be indicated that everywhere you need to especially pass disciplined life. Now today I have told you for the student of especially cadet section, for the students of especially that is called admission seeker, for the students of medical college admission seeker, as well as especially engineering sector and section, textile sector and section, as well as especially RMG or other sections of this country who are working relentlessly different species sector of this country. Of course, they are taking interview, they are selecting the best student, and thus this student is reading in this institution, whatever might be. But only result is the best. Education is not all. A student is unfortunately may not get GPA 5. He has 2 or 3 marks shortage, but she is not he or she is better than a GPA 5 holder. Unfortunately, she could not answer, or the examiner who allotted her classmate is GPA 5, but the same examiner is especially did not do, and he was scholars in the time of evaluating the script of him or her. In this section I should share that only GPA 5 holders are best student of this country. The person who especially got less than GPA 5, are they not best student? I would like to request especially to Minister of Education, educationists of this country, psychologists, educationists, other person who are related with education, including chairman of board, UGC chairman, varsities, especially vice chancellors of this country, other remarkable person of this country, to think this matter, and especially that is called whether it is accurate or inaccurate. So for this reason, because of this injustice, many students under national varsity could not get admitted themselves under national varsity. Shortage of just some marks, they did not get GPA 5 because of shortage of some marks. But if especially that school their examination is taken again, admission test, I do believe this matter, this student who got that school is especially less than GPA 5, shortage of some marks, they would be able to show their credit is more than the GPA 5 holder. It is my personal experience of being examiner both board and varsities. So especially I should request the Minister of Education, other is the person who are staying is remaining performing your task connection is the education section, secretary of education, varsity, especially vice chancellors of different varsities, both public and private varsities, educationists of this is the country, and you are requested to think this matter whether especially my sentence is appropriate or not. I have also noticed in the classroom a student is especially who got GPA 5, and that student is a shortage of some mark, 2 or 3 marks. He and she did not get GPA 5, but in interview previous years interview, and the person who didn't get GPA 5, he especially was selected by the university, by the medical college, by other sector and section. But GPA 5 holder who had only one consolation GPA 5, but that particular person could not show his credit. So from here it is easy on the part of us to understand this matter, that we know that school is special. GPA 5 is not everything, and let our students get opportunity to appear at the examination admission battle, so that they can show their credit to see whether they can perform this task or not. Dear learners, today there are so many things to discuss, but you may know something about. I would like to discuss this with you. Villains of some dramas written by William Shakespeare, who wrote 37 dramas: tragedy, comedy, revenge tragedy, melodrama, romantic comedy, sonnet. Every branches, especially of writing, he showed his credit, that we can notice here befitting manner. There is no objection. But in King Lear, we can find some person who are villain. I would like to share. King Lear is especially first daughter, Gondil is villain. King Lear is second daughter, Regan is villain. And King Lear said, especially who like me most, respect me most, on that is the time Gondil and Regan could understand it is golden opportunity to cheat our old invalid father. To cheat our old invalid father. Old is not the gold age. For this reason, they flattered with their father in such a way that old king, especially King Lear, could not understand this matter, and he melted like especially candle of mosque because of appreciation, praise of especially his own daughters, Gondil and Regan, and he became satisfied and gave them his special land and property perfectly. But on the contrary, Cordelia was the youngest daughter of King Lear. She could not satisfy the King Lear by especially flattering or by just uttering any wrong sentence, of course, lie sentence. For this reason, she was deprived of her fundamental right. But her sentence was to her father, today you can't understand your daughter Cordelia, but father, a day will come when you will be able to understand about Cordelia. Cordelia is really cordial. Cordial means sincere, good, gentle, polite, magnanimous. And she is respected her father very much. She was very dutiful person. When King Lear became very sick, she performed two tasks. She nursed her father like a mother. She nursed her father like a mother. She nursed her father like a daughter. Dual action we are getting. Whatever might be, and I think the students who are listening my voice, you can easily understand who are the villains in King Lear. We are getting Gondil and Regan. In King Lear, you are getting another villain, Earl of Gloucester. Earl of Gloucester of course, especially deprived. Earl of Gloucester deprived his own son, Edmund, biological son, of course, but legitimate son. He did not give him importance. Even he did not, Earl of Gloucester did not marry mother of Edmund. But Edmund came to this world because of their illegal union. And Edmund wanted to especially get his legitimate right to his father, but cruel-hearted father did not like to give any right at all. For this reason, Edmund became villain under the pressure of circumstances. Whatever we are getting in this section. Now, you know it properly, Hamlet is especially masterpiece of our dramatist himself. In Hamlet, you can learn many things we are getting. Hamlet is especially most important thing. From Hamlet, every year, various kinds of special examination, including BCS examination, question is set from this book and other books. what I am going to read before you, and you must try your best to take preparation. The students of this country, I need to share with you something. Who got admitted yourself into first year, different, especially that school, universities as well as colleges, etc. You may take a special step to study at least an hour or 2 hours per day for your BCS examination. But the person who are the sons and daughter of very wealthy family, who are interested to start your journey, to start your special business, export and import, I do not wish to tell them this thing. Let them do whatever they like most, because they are the sons and daughter of multimillionaire. So it is not a factor matter, of course, we are getting. So whatever might be, then in Hamlet you are getting villain named Claudius. Claudius is murdered his own elder brother. Claudius is married. Claudius is married his sister-in-law. I mean Bhabi. Sister-in-law Bhabi. Here, and especially Hamlet is the mother and Hamlet is the father. Their conjugal life was more than 30 years. Hamlet was on that time 28 years old when Claudius especially killed his own elder brother by pouring or applying his poison into his ear. Thus, especially Hamlet's father was killed from the mundane world, who was king of Denmark. After it is especially this man Claudius declared that Hamlet's father was killed especially by, of course, especially because of snake biting, on account of snake biting. But actually, you know properly, this particular person is Claudius. He himself was a poisonous snake. Who is poisonous snake? He especially man, woman, or just especially beast of the forest. Man and woman. Man and woman, of course, are more poisonous than poisonous snake. Men and women are more poisonous than poisonous snake. A friend especially cannot kill any friend. As we get, friend kills his friend. But I should share with you something to teach you something. A friend, when he becomes enemy, on that time he can kill. A friend, when he becomes his enemy of another friend, on that time he can kill. Sometimes it comes especially wife killed husband. I disbelieve. When wife is especially that school becomes enemy of her husband, on that is the time she may kill her partner. One point, one side. It takes two to make a quarrel. When a justice man kills his wife, I should share with you something. It is written in the paper that especially husband kills wife, but it is wrong sentence. When husband becomes enemy, on that is the time, by being his enemy, he killed his, life partner. Whatever might be, especially in which and that some grammatical correction should come in the time of speaking and writing. Obviously, who are listening my voice from far distance of this country. Whatever might be, may the mercy of Almighty Allah come on us. In order to get especially my discussion, I shall just give you my address to Facebook. By watching Facebook, you can understand this matter properly and perfectly.